If you clicked this, it's probably because you're tired. Not the "I need a nap" kind of tired. I'm talking about the tired that sits behind your eyes. The tired that shows up when you wake up and you already feel behind. The tired that comes from trying to be strong for too long with no results to show for it. So listen to me closely, because I'm not here to hype you up with empty lines. I'm here to tell you the truth, the kind of truth that hits you in the chest and forces you to choose. Right now, somewhere out there, somebody is living the life you keep daydreaming about. Not because they're lucky, not because they're special, not because they had a perfect start. They're living it because while you were negotiating with yourself, they were working. While you were waiting for motivation, they were building discipline. While you were asking, "What if I fail?" they were asking, "What if I don't even try?" You don't need a new plan. You need a new standard. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a cold garage at 2:17 a.m. The air is heavy. Tools on the wall. A half-finished project under a hanging light. There's no audience. No applause. No likes. No comments. No one clapping for the effort. Just you, your hands, and the work. That's where your life changes. Not on the days you feel amazing. Not on the days everything is easy. Your life changes in the garage moments. In the moments nobody sees. In the moments you could quit and no one would even know. Most people quit right there. Not because they can't do it, but because they can't stand the silence. They can't stand working without instant proof. They can't stand showing up again when yesterday didn't reward them. They want results fast, and if life doesn't pay them immediately, they stop working. But the world doesn't pay you for potential. It pays you for output. It pays you for consistency. It pays you for the person you become. And I need you to understand something. Your current life is not a punishment. It's a mirror. It's showing you the price of your habits. Every habit you repeat is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every day you avoid the work, you vote for the weaker version of you. Every day you face the work, you vote for the stronger version. It's that simple. Not easy. Simple. Some of you are stuck because you keep treating discipline like a mood. You keep waiting for the right time. Let me tell you what the right time is. The right time is when you don't want to do it and you do it anyway. That's the right time. That's the only time that matters. Because motivation is loud, but it's unreliable. Discipline is quiet, but it's undefeated. You want to know why your life feels stuck? Because you keep making decisions based on comfort. Comfort is the most expensive drug on the planet. It costs you your potential, your future, your confidence, your pride. Comfort whispers, "You deserve a break." Comfort says, "Start tomorrow." Comfort tells you, "It's not the perfect time." Comfort tells you, "You're tired." But comfort never tells you the truth. It never tells you, "If you keep choosing me, you'll hate yourself later." And later always comes. One day you wake up and you realize years passed. Not because you were busy building, because you were busy escaping. Escaping into scrolling, sleeping, distractions, excuses, fake plans, and fantasies. You're not lazy. You're just addicted to easy. And if that hits a nerve, good. Because nerves wake you up. Look at your life right now. Honestly. No filters. No excuses. If nothing changed for the next 5 years, would you be proud of where you end up? If the same habits, the same choices, the same "I'll start soon" continued, would your future self thank you? Or would they look at you like, "Why didn't you fight for me?" That future version of you is real. They're either built by your actions or broken by your excuses. You decide which one you meet. Now let's get personal. There's something you want. You might not say it out loud, but you feel it. Could be money, respect, freedom, a body you're proud of, a skill, a business, a channel, career, a life where you don't feel trapped. And you keep telling yourself you're going to do it. You keep telling yourself you're working on it. But if someone looked at your actions, would they believe you? Be careful. Because your mouth can lie, but your habits don't. This is where most people get offended. They want a message that comforts them. They want someone to tell them it's okay, that life is hard, that they're doing their best. And maybe you are doing your best, compared to your comfort level. But are you doing your best compared to your potential? Because potential is brutal. Potential doesn't care about your feelings. Potential doesn't care about your excuses. Potential sits there, silent, watching you waste time, watching you make promises you don't keep. And you know what hurts the most? It's not failing. It's knowing you didn't even try hard enough to see what you're capable of. So here's the shift. Right now, today, in your head, you are not behind. You are being built. Say it again. You are not behind. You are being built. But you can't be built in comfort. You're built in resistance. You're built in repetition. You're built in the boring days. You're built in the days you don't feel like it. You're built when you show up anyway. Let's talk about confidence. People keep asking, how do I get confidence? Like it's something you buy. Like it's a secret. Here's the truth. Confidence is a receipt. You get it after you do the work. You don't get confidence before the work. You earn it by keeping promises to yourself. Every time you tell yourself you'll do something and you don't do it, you lose trust with yourself. You become someone you can't rely on. You become someone who talks big but moves small. And then you wonder why you feel anxious. You wonder why you feel weak. You wonder why you don't believe in yourself. Because you trained yourself not to. But every time you do what you said you would do, even when it's hard, you rebuild that trust. One promise at a time. One rep at a time. One video at a time. One page at a time. One workout at a time. One uncomfortable conversation at a time. That's how you become dangerous. In that same garage, under that same light, there's a truth you need to accept. You're going to have to do this without support sometimes. Without validation. Without anyone cheering. Your friends might not understand. Your family might not understand. They might even laugh. They might say, "Who do you think you are?" They might act like your ambition is disrespectful. Let them. Because people who have never built anything always have opinions about the builders. And here's another truth. The world rewards commitment, not interest. Everybody is interested. Everybody wants to be rich, fit, disciplined, respected, free. Everybody wants the results. But not everybody wants the process. Not everybody wants to do the boring work. Not everybody wants to be misunderstood. Not everybody wants to be tired and still show up. That's why everybody doesn't win. You're not going to outwish your problems. You're going to outwork them. And listen, I know the voice in your head. The one that says, "But what if I try and it doesn't work?" Let me answer that with something even scarier. What if you don't try and it does work for someone else? What if you sit there waiting and you watch other people do what you knew you could do? What if you spend your life being a spectator to your own potential? That's the real fear. That's the real pain. So here's the strategy. And yes, this is a strategy because motivation without a plan is just emotion. You're going to stop trying to change your whole life in one day. That's why you keep failing. You go from zero to obsession, then you burn out, then you quit, then you hate yourself, then you repeat. That cycle is not ambition. It's self-sabotage. Instead, you're going to become consistent. Consistency isn't glamorous. It's not exciting. It's not viral. But it's powerful. Consistency is the reason your future self exists. So pick one thing. One, not 10. One thing you can do every day, even on bad days. Something so small you have no excuse. If you're building a channel, it might be writing one script paragraph a day. Recording one voiceover line. Editing 10 minutes. Posting one short, one small action, every day, because the secret is momentum. Momentum is a force. It changes your identity. It turns "I should" into "I do." And once momentum starts, you protect it like your life depends on it. Because it does. Let me tell you something about your identity. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. If you keep relying on willpower, you're going to keep losing. Willpower is finite. Systems are automatic. So build a system that makes doing the right thing easier than doing the wrong thing. Set your workspace. Remove distractions. Schedule the work. Make it simple. Make it repeatable. Make it boring. Boring wins. That's why the people who look lucky, are usually the ones who were consistent when nobody was watching. Now let's talk about pain. Because you're going to feel it. You're going to feel resistance, doubt, boredom, fear, loneliness. And your brain will call that pain a signal to stop. But that pain isn't a signal to stop. It's a signal that you're entering new territory. You're leaving the old version of you behind. That's why it hurts. You think the goal is to feel good. It's not. The goal is to become capable. And capability feels like discomfort at first. Feels like struggle. Feels like starting when you're not ready. Feels like doing it messy. Feels like being judged. Feels like failing. And by the way, you will fail. You'll post videos that don't perform. You'll work hard and get no reward. You'll think you're improving and still feel behind. You'll have weeks where nothing clicks. Welcome to the process. The difference is winners don't negotiate with the process. They don't act surprised when it's hard. They expect it. They build anyway. And you need to adopt that mindset. Not why is this happening to me? But good. This is what it costs. Because everything costs something. The question is what you're willing to pay. You can pay with effort now, or you can pay with regret later. Either way, you will pay. So choose your pain. Choose the pain of waking up early and building. Choose the pain of learning a skill. Choose the pain of discipline. Choose the pain of being consistent. Because the pain of regret is a slow poison. It doesn't hit you fast. It hits you years later when you realize time is the one thing you can't earn back. Now I want you to picture the moment you finally win. The moment it clicks. The moment your channel starts growing. The moment your bank account changes. The moment you look in the mirror and see a different person. The moment you realize you can trust yourself. The moment your life feels bigger than your excuses. That moment is built from invisible days. Days no one celebrated. Days no one noticed. Days you almost quit. That's why you can't quit. Not now. Because the version of you that you keep dreaming about is waiting on you to stop playing games. And I'm going to say something that might sound harsh, but you need it. Nobody is coming. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you discipline. No one is coming to give you confidence. No one is coming to fix your life. It's you. And that should not scare you. It should empower you. Because if it's you, that means it's in your control. You don't need permission to change. You don't need approval. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to feel ready. You need to move. Do you know what separates people who win from people who talk? The speed to action. Winners don't wait until they feel confident. They move while they're afraid. They move while they're unsure. They move while they're tired. Because they understand something you have to understand right now. Action creates clarity. You're overthinking because you're underworking. You're confused because you're not committed. You're anxious because you're not acting. Your mind is loud because your work is quiet. So make your work louder than your excuses. Start before you feel ready. Build while you're still learning. Post while you're still improving. Learn from feedback. Adjust. Repeat. That's how you win in real life. Now listen. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what you're carrying. I don't know how many times you've tried and failed. I don't know who betrayed you, who doubted you, who made you feel small. But I know this, your past is not your ceiling. It's your fuel if you decide to use it. Stop letting your pain make you passive. Let it make you precise. Let it make you focused. Let it make you hungry. People love to talk about manifestation. Let me tell you what manifestation really is. It's matching your actions to your desires. It's moving like the person you want to become. It's building the habits of the future you. If you want a different life, you need a different daily routine. Period. You can't keep living like the old you and expect a new future. It doesn't work that way. A new future requires a new you. So today you make a decision. Not an emotion. A decision. A decision that you're done being the person who almost tries. Done being the person who starts and stops. Done being the person who needs motivation like oxygen. Done being the person who waits for a perfect moment that never comes. You become the person who finishes. And the first step is simple. Not easy. Simple. After this video ends, you do one thing. One. Not tomorrow. Not later. Not after you feel like it. One thing that moves your life forward. Write the first paragraph. Record the first take. Do the first set. Send the message. Make the plan. Clean your workspace. Open the laptop. Start the timer. Do something. Because action is the cure. And I'm going to leave you with this. This is garage wisdom. The kind you learn with grease on your hands and silence in your ears. Nobody can take away the work you do in the dark. Nobody can steal the hours you invest in yourself. Nobody can erase the discipline you build. That becomes you. It becomes your character. It becomes your edge. So when you feel like quitting, remember this. Quitting is easy, and that's why it ruins lives. Winning is hard, and that's why it changes them. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent.